Greetings and welcome everybody. Welcome to my channel. This is Spotless Mind Tarot and my name is Cassandra. Today we are doing something completely brand new. So if you're here, congratulations, because this is my very first time. These are going to be my very first set of videos that I'm making and I'm so excited. I'm also super nervous, so we'll see how it goes. I will introduce myself, and like I said, my name is Cassandra. I'm a Libra rising, Capricorn sun, Pisces moon, and my Venus is in Scorpio. So yeah, this is going to be really interesting. I don't really have a particular format as far as what kind of videos I'm going to be doing every month. If anything, I would love to just deliver monthly videos based on the element of your signs. So there'll be 4 videos in total. We will cover fire, air, earth, and water. And you want to watch for the element of your rising sun and moon sign, either your natal and or your progressed, whichever you like to go with the most. And you may also watch for your chart ruler as well as just your overall dominant energy. So it doesn't exactly have to be zodiac based, but sorry about that. But I'll leave it up to you guys how you want to go about that. If anything, I feel these readings would really resonate through your rising and your sun sign. So yeah, this should be interesting. This should be quite an experience and an experiment. Please comment below. Let me see who you guys are. I'm curious to see who's watching. I'm curious to see how these videos resonate with you. Let me know in the comments and subscribe as well. That way I can really tap into your energy and give you more accurate readings because you're connected to me. So the more we're connected, the easier I am able to read for you. You may follow me on Instagram if you like, at Spotless Mind Tarot. I will leave a link to that in the description. I also offer private readings, which you could find on my Etsy shop. And I'll just leave everything else in the description, so that way we're not sitting here having a long chat about a whole lot of nothing. And yeah, should be exciting. My very first set of videos. So I'm very amateur. I'm pretty much a rookie when it comes to this shit. And things should be pretty interesting. So what we are going to do in the reading is we will look at your current energies. We will look at what energies are coming into your life, as well as the crowning energy and then the challenges you will be facing. We will also pull from the Elemental Oracle deck, so we'll get you some Oracle cards up in here. And yeah, should be fun, should be exciting. I just want to say that I've been reading publicly for others for 5 months now. So, coming up on 6 months, I'm pretty excited. And I'm pretty excited about the energies coming up for everybody. The last 3 months of the year are pretty exciting times. It's my absolute favorite time of year. And that could just have a whole lot to do with the Scorpio energy that kind of kickstarts it all. I have dominant Scorpio in my chart, so yeah. Let's not make this any more awkward and let's just kind of dive right into it. Hello, my air signs. This is for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Welcome to your October reading. So, to crown the reading, we have Death. Your challenges this month is the Magician. In your current energies, we have the Nine of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Four of Wands, and the Chariot. And the energies that are coming in for you this month are the Three of Cups, King of Swords reversed, the Knight of Pentacles, and Six of Wands. So, crowning your energy is Death. And so this month is about transformation. And it's going to be all month long. You may notice this as soon as October 1st hits, that something is just like, something just changes. Something about October 1st is just gonna, like, whatever happens October 1st, I feel can represent the entire month for you guys. And I know that's a crazy thing to say, but I believe that's true. Even if nothing happens, like, something happens that day, whether or not you're aware of it. Like, it could just be some universal outside thing, like some kind of, you know, astrological alignment that just, like, I don't know, like, I just feel like every day this month for you guys, for air signs, like, it's just gonna be something new every day. It's definitely a month of progress. I mean, there's always progress. Every day is a day of progress. Every month is a month of progress, even if you're going backwards. But October especially, and probably more so for Libras, this is just an ultimate month of a deep transformation, deep progression, and a lot of self-reflection. And this is for Libra, like, because you guys are actually the reflective sign, like, more you guys self-reflect, but, like, if anything, you guys really reflect others. I feel like, and because we have Mercury retrograde in your sign, like, you're really gonna be reflecting on yourself. You might even be projecting on yourself. And I don't know why I'm being called to say this, but it's like, you deserve it. I feel like, I know that's crazy to say, but that's what I'm hearing. Like, you deserve to project onto yourself, because you need to see something that you're just, like, avoiding, or, like, if it's not so much something you're avoiding, and it's not so much seeing something for what it is, I just feel like, you're getting a taste of your own medicine in some way, shape, or form. It could be a tiny dose, or it could be a big dose. It really depends on your karma. And death can represent karma too. And with that said, this is a very karmic month for you guys. The challenge this month as the Magician, I feel, is really, it's pretty simple. Like, you're not believing in yourself enough. You're not believing in your capabilities. You're not believing in your manifestation skills. You're not believing in what you feel and what you know deep inside. So your intuition, like, you're just, I also feel maybe you're avoiding it. I feel like because air signs they're naturally very psychic. You guys naturally pick up on, you guys are like an antenna, like, because you're air signs, right? Like, you have no limitations. Your only limitations is the earth. Like, well, I mean, duh, but, like, the sky's the limit. You guys are the sky. Like, you guys are the wind. You guys are the breath of life. And so, like, your challenge is to really accept that. Like, I just feel like a lot of you are denying yourselves, and I really feel like this has a lot to do with Libra right now. But this can go for everybody. You know, Gemini and Aquarius. I just feel like there's just an aspect of yourself. There's some, You have some kind of power that you are just too busy denying. And that's your challenge this month, is to accept that power, to accept the messages you hear, to accept responsibility for what you know. Right? That's what I'm getting. Now the current energies. I feel like this is a month to save money, and you may be making plans already to like not spend. I feel like in the past, especially recent past, you guys were a little, you know, self-indulgent. You were overspending, or you were really careless about your money. You're really careless about your material world. So it doesn't have to just be money. It's just anything that's of substance, anything that has to do with the pentacles. You know, I feel like you were really careless or avoidant, or like, you know, and this could even just be subconsciously, like you're not aware of this. And right now, I see you guys, like you're holding on to something here. And it has to do with materialism. You're holding on to and being guarded about something. I feel like too, some of you are like trying to protect your name or your identity in some way. I feel like for some of you, there's something that you did that you're afraid of people finding out. And so you're kind of just like, I feel like if that's the case and you've been avoiding something that you know is the truth, whether it's about yourself, a situation, or about another person, and with the death card crowning all of this, reflecting this deep transformation, like, I don't see you giving it up. I don't see you, I feel like whatever it is, it's not as bad as you think. And I'm not saying you should reveal this truth or like, you know, allow, it's not about whatever this is to reveal itself to the public or to other people or anything like that. It's more or less just like, I feel like you still have every right to keep your guards up, and it's important that you do right now. And with the Four of Wands, this could be related to a family matter or relationships or anything that has to do with tradition. And maybe that's what it is for some of you, like you might know the truth of a matter, but tradition is telling you to keep your mouth shut. You know, like, if that makes sense. I'm sure it does, but so like it's not so much revealing this, and that's the thing I'm getting at. That for some of you, yes, it's gonna get revealed. I feel like some of you are gonna get exposed in some way, shape, or form. But it's not as bad as you think. Like, it's really not. I don't see anything here, and I'm not getting anything that says that this is like a terrible thing and, you know, you're doomed for eternity and no one's gonna like you anymore. Like, no, it's if anything, it's gonna people really like you more. Like, it's gonna, you know, because it's honest. And I think that's what's going on right now for you guys currently, is being honest with yourself and being honest about what you think and what you feel and how you move and, you know, what you spend your money on, and, you know, what kind of material possessions you like to obtain. Like, you need to be honest with yourself about it, about these things. You need to be honest about the material world. reality, the 3D world, because there's something kept hidden in the dark, or there's something that's, I don't see deception. I'm not feeling any deception here. I just feel like there's just not truth. Okay? For some of you, and I want to say a lot of you, well, I just think it's so cliche, but yeah, some of you guys are moving, some of you guys are traveling, and this could be physically, this could be spiritually, you could even just be going on vacation. I feel like this month, there's going to be a new experience coming into your life. And this new experience may be what drives you, pun intended, what drives you to be truthful and honest. I feel like it's going to give you a sense of fearlessness. This new experience. This relocation, this new move, this vacation, this kind of, any kind of traveling, even if it's just traveling across the city to some place, right? There's some kind of new foreign experience that you will have. And since this is your current energies, I feel like this will happen really soon, if it hasn't happened already. Like something new and different is going to it's really going to kickstart this transformation process, and it's going to challenge your ability to exercise your personal power with the Magician. Also with the Magician, just know that you have all the tools, you have all the resources, you have all the knowledge, you have all the wisdom, you have all the power, you have everything you need already. You don't need anything else. And your challenge is to see that and accept that. And I feel like with the 9 of Wands too, it's telling me that you're not seeing things clearly, because look, this guy, he's surrounding himself with these wands. He's basically building his own prison. And you know, I just did the fire sign video, and I was telling them how like they've put up this wall, and it's like, for you, it's like you put up a gate. You didn't even put up a wall. Like, you know, like there's holes in your there's holes in your wall. It's a gate. Like, it's not, it's kind of a false protection. I think that's what it is too. Like, currently you are going through a period where you're just I don't know, just all I see is someone's just not being honest. Something, and this doesn't have to be you either. This could be other people you're dealing with. But there's just something that you're not choosing to accept, or choosing to see, or choosing to believe in, or you're denying it, you're running away from it, you're doing something to, like, you know what it is. And that's the thing. It's not like you're trying not to see it. You see it clear as day, but you're avoiding it. You're avoiding the responsibility. And I think too, because you rather distract yourself with work, you rather distract yourself with comfort, you rather stay home, and you know, I'm kind of speaking to myself here, you rather just do what you know is familiar and comfortable, instead of getting out of your damn shell and just, you know what, like, ride the wave, right? Just go with it. And you know, I said that like the 1st of October, it feels like something's gonna just happen and it's just gonna be like an everyday thing. Like something's just fucking happening every day. And the Chariot is clear as day, you know, saying that to me too. Like you're gonna be on the go this month. Let's just put it that way. And so currently, and whenever you come to this video, even if, oh, my light turned off. So even when you come to this video, if it's later in the month, hold on. Oh, it overheated, whatever. You could still see. So, oh shit, what was I saying? I think because things are gonna pick up really quickly and things are just gonna be go, go, go. Like you're not gonna be able to avoid this any longer. Whatever you're holding back from, whatever you're, you know, you're so busy denying, whatever you're afraid of, you know, and especially when it comes to image, you know, like it's just gonna get to a point where you're just not gonna have a choice but to let it all go. You're just gonna have to let those wands fall. You know what I mean? Like you gotta really step out of your comfort zone this month. So, in leading into the current or the coming energies, there's a lot to celebrate here with the 3 of Cups. There's a lot of good shit coming. And we do have the King of Swords in reverse. So I will say, and this is Gemini. So if you're dealing with a Gemini, or if you yourself are a Gemini, I feel this message, especially if you are a Gemini, you're the one that's like maybe you're telling the truth, but it's the way you're telling it that's not truthful. Like there's something dishonest about the way you're saying something. What is that called? A white lie? Or like a fib, you know, where like you're lying but you're not. And dude, that's such a Gemini thing, I feel. Like, so, you know, and if you're a Gemini, then it's like, well, I mean, you know, is that really a bad thing? You know, if that's in your character. Like, we're not here to judge. Everyone has their own kind of like dark side, and I don't think people's dark side is completely a bad thing. I feel like, you know, we need a little bit of darkness. Like that's what Scorpio teaches us, you know, is to embrace our wild side and to embrace the temptation and the desires and all that fun stuff, right? That we're usually so avoidant of out of fear. Like, so for Geminis, and if you're dealing with a Gemini, like this person is just like, they're telling you the truth, but they're not. It's just like, I don't know what it is about them, you know, and because this is air signs, like they're avoiding something too, you know, if this is someone that you're dealing with. So just understand that. So that's a good thing to consider. So if you are an air sign dealing with another air sign, know that this reading probably applies to them too. And they're also avoiding something out of fear. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with self-image. Excuse me. So just know that, like, I feel like this King of Swords reverse, like, I feel like they mean well. They just don't know how to go about doing it. Which is such a Gemini thing, man. Like, you guys, you mean well, but, you know, you like to have fun. You like to, you know, you like to mess around. You don't like to be serious all the time, you know? And then, like, Capricorn, you know, it's just all the way serious. Like, you just, you know. And maybe that's what it is. Like, you're avoiding responsibility. And I'm here to say that you're not going to be able to avoid it much longer. The Knight of Pentacles shows this responsibility that perhaps this King of Swords in reverse should take. Like, quit fibbing, quit telling white lies, because if you're the one doing this, because I feel like other people are kind of catching on to it, or like it's just gonna catch up to you. And I feel that's the message too here. Like, you're gonna get a taste of your own medicine, so you might as well jump the gun and, you know, avoid disaster. Now, I don't really see disaster happening, but because we have the Death card as the crowning of this reading, the overall energy of this reading, like, you know, death can be a really destructive process, especially when we're resistant to change, if we're resistant to seeing something for what it really is. And, you know, if we don't accept responsibility, let's just put it that way, like, this month is a month for air signs to really just take more responsibility for the shit that you say and for the actions you take or don't take. And the Nine of Pentacles is all about that. And it's a slow progress. There's no need to rush here. Like, there's no need to get out on top as far as, like, you know, like, this isn't, you're only competing against yourself right now. Even if you are dealing with somebody else that's doing this to you, or being this way towards you, or even like a situation, like, you're in no competition with anybody this month but yourself. Your greatest competition right now is you and your mind and your words. And with Mercury in retrograde in Libra, so especially for all you Libra, it's like you really want to be able to back up the things you say, and you don't want to get caught for something that is you don't want to get caught for. Like, at the same time, like, somebody's gotta call it out. If you're not gonna call out your own bullshit or the bullshit of someone else that deserves to be called out for, then somebody or something else will, and it's not gonna be pretty. The transformation with death won't be pretty, because that's a resistance to change. That's a resistance to what is inevitable, right? And so the first half of this month, I feel for air signs, it's important to step into your truth and back that shit up. Like, don't back down from what you believe in just because it makes somebody else feel comfortable, just because it makes you feel comfortable in that moment or in that situation or with that person. Like, you're only hurting yourself by doing that. And that's especially to you Libras. Like, I'm with you, I'm a Libra rising, so like, I'm speaking to myself here too, don't get it twisted. Like, you know, it's such a, you know, it's a sign of the people pleaser, of keeping the peace, keeping the harmony, because, you know, we don't like the destructive, you know, parts of ourselves and of other people, which, you know, can show up in your sister sign Aries, like, where Aries just doesn't give a fuck. Like, they just, you know what I mean? Like, they don't, like, yeah, I'm sure they think about the people, but they're really thinking about themselves. And so in this sense, you need to think about yourself in the sense that, do you want to keep lying to yourself? Do you want to keep, you know, do you want to keep up the charades? Like, is that really, like, are you really happy doing that? Like, I bet you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're fooling yourself. You're lying to yourself more than anything. This is something that I think about a lot. Like, if you can't be honest with yourself, how do you expect other people to be honest with you? You know, and I really relate that to, like, relationships, and like how, you know, so many people, you know, I hate to bring it up, but like so many people like cheat and like are, you know, or lie to their partners, or, you know what I mean? Like they do all these things that they know they shouldn't, but they do it anyways. And that's because they're lying to themselves. Like they're not being honest with what they feel. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to have multiple partners, then by all means have multiple partners. Why are you trying to settle down? Like, you're just lying to yourself. For what? Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, that's just an example. Like if you have a group of friends, like, and you're still nice to them even though you don't really vibe with them anymore, like, who are you doing it for? Because you're not doing it for yourself. Clearly, you're doing it for them. And by doing that, it's dishonest. Like, you're just lying. And I feel like, especially as an air sign, like, I think it's easy to people to see when an air sign is lying, whether or not they'll call you out on it. You know what I mean? So I think, you know, that's what's going on here. Like, you gotta, I just lost my train of thought, but you get what I'm saying, right? And by going through this whole transformation process here, by, you know, allowing light to shine in through the cracks, all right? By taking responsibility, by getting out of your comfort zone, you know, it's gonna lead you to victory, which is here in the Six of Wands, because the Six of Wands is a card of victory and recognition. But not only that, it can be recognition for anything. It doesn't have to just be good recognition. Like, it could be bad recognition. Like, so what do you want people to see you for? What do you want people to know you for? Right? And I think that this has a lot to do with Mercury retrograde in Libra, and it's really affecting all the air signs. It's creating a trine. All right? This if you're not a Libra, and if you're an Aquarius or a Gemini, Mercury retrograde in Libra is trining your sign. So, like, that brings with the it makes the energy, it doesn't always mean the energy's good, although trines are good and harmonious. It makes it easier. So, like, you could have, like, a trine between Neptune and Pluto. Like, it doesn't make it a good thing necessarily, but it's a good, in a sense that it's easier to see you, to manipulate it, and to do the same, you know, and to cut through the smoke and mirrors, which isn't always a good thing, but you know what I'm saying? Like, which I shouldn't say that, you know, smoke and mirrors, cutting through it isn't always a good thing, because of course it's a good thing, but, like, you know, sometimes you do need a little bit of, you know, like a curtain. But this isn't the month for that, okay? This isn't the time. Like I said, you want to shine light through the cracks. Like, we're not trying to hide anything anymore. We're not trying to cover anything up here. Because the more we try to cover it up, the more, like, the more you try to cover it up, like, the worse it's gonna be for you later, right? And with the Magician and your challenge, like, that's your challenge, is to not cover it up, to accept it, to accept the flaws, accept the mistakes, accept that you're wrong, accept that you were right, whatever it is, whatever you've been lying to yourself about, whatever other people have been lying to you about, like, you gotta accept it. Now, when it comes to other people, and this is other people that have been lying to you, or like being dishonest with you, or the more they try to cover it up, it's the same, you know, like it's it's gonna get revealed. I feel it doesn't matter what you do, whether you admit to it or not, I feel like it's gonna get revealed. So how do you want to go about that this month, right? So that's the question here you should ask yourself. How do you want to go about revealing this? Do you want to allow it to reveal itself? Do you want to allow other people to reveal it for you, or other situations? Or do you want to reveal it? Now, that's something that you have to think of on your own. And because everybody's situation's different. You know, if you did something wrong or done something wrong, of course, it's best that you own up to that and apologize or whatever you need to do. You know what I'm saying? But if it's, you know, somebody else that's doing this, I could see how some of you would rather they admit to it first instead of trying to call them out on their bullshit, you know what I mean? So it really depends on the situation. For some people, you're gonna have to call them out. For others, you might just have to wait, and you might have to wait a long time. And unfortunately, for at least one of you, you're probably not gonna get the answer this month, or the truth this month. Or like, you will see the truth clear as day, but other people won't accept it or see it. Only you see it, you know what I mean? There's this quote. Well, I don't know if it's a quote, but I was watching Vikings last night. I was watching the last episode of season 4. And who is it that said it? I forgot who said it, but somebody said, it might have been also Stan. Or no, Ethel Wolf, I'm sorry. Stan's, anyways, I won't reveal it. But anyway, Ethel Wolf, he said, I'm pretty sure it was him. It was somebody who said, nobody is without sin, right? No human is without sin. We all have sin. We're born with sin. I mean, I feel like being a human is a sin, right? You know, and the other saying, this is a real quote, you know, with great power comes great responsibility, which in on itself can be a sin, because knowledge essentially is a sin, and power essentially is a sin, because it gives you leverage over others, right? I hope you're following me here. So like, you know, we all, like, no one's perfect, right? Like, nobody is all good. Nobody just does all good. Like, even if like you're the most sweetest person, you donate to charity, you volunteer, you do this, you do that, you go to church, whatever, like, there's something you do that's sinful. Okay, it may not be like the most horrible thing ever, but like, you know, let's say like, I don't know, you pour the milk first before you pour in your cereal, right? You know, which isn't a sin, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's something, it could be something like that. Like, it's a minuscule thing, you know, like there's no right or wrong with something like that. But that's a terrible example. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you do something, like, you don't, let's say you don't hold a door for somebody, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a fault. Everyone has fault. Let's look at sin as just a fault, because I don't see sin in a way that like Western religions view it as, like, you're gonna go to hell forever, you know, unless you repent or whatever. Like, I feel that because, you know, the bad guy doesn't know he's bad, right? Like, he thinks he's doing the right thing. So I feel like these are terrible examples, like, and it's probably not good for all the Geminis out there. They're probably like, yes, exactly. Bad guys don't see that they're bad, so it's okay. No, it doesn't mean that it's okay, but, you know, like, Things happen. Nobody's perfect. And everyone's truth is different. That's why I was saying, you know, you need to be honest with yourself. Because if you can't be honest with yourself, then don't expect shit to play out for you. And that shit's just gonna catch up. Oh, will it catch up? Trust me. It will catch up eventually. So, this is a good month. This is a good month to repent, guys. Like, this is a good month to be like, you know what? I made a mistake. Or you know what? I changed my mind. And believe in your power. Most importantly, you gotta believe in this energy. Because this is a very powerful card to have. It's the second card in the major arcana, but it's the card represented by the number 1. And it's just like, it's like the best card you can have in a reading, I feel. It's just saying like, and I love the artwork on this card. You know, he's got these beams of light coming out of his eyes. He's got the infinity symbol on his forehead, and he's got this triangle from the infinity to his eyes. You know what I mean? Like, there's like a prism kind of thing. Like, he's projecting his wisdom and insight and magic and all that, his third eye and all that, whatever. And like, in a sense, he's like revealing, right? With the light coming from his eyes, the truth is being revealed. So, you know, I feel though that there's going to be an opportunity to right your wrongs. There's going to be a moment this month, and it's going to be different for everybody, where revealing this about yourself, even if you don't reveal it to other people, like maybe it's something that you don't need to tell other people, and it's something you just need to admit to yourself. Like, as soon as this happens, as soon as it's, you know, I understand, like, you probably can't make other people admit to their mistakes, and maybe you have to wait for them to say it before you try to insinuate. Regardless, whenever this truth, whenever this illusion falls away, it's going to, it's gonna reunite you with people, with yourself, in situations that, like, I feel like, especially if this involves other people and you need to tell the truth to somebody, like, it's gonna, I feel like it'll free them too, even if it's like a terrible thing, right? Like, even if you did something bad and you shouldn't have done, by owning up to it, I feel like yeah, it's gonna hurt them, but it's gonna free them, because the truth is very freeing. Whether, and that could just be my inner Scorpio, like, whether or not that truth is a good truth or a bad truth, I always feel that the truth is like, is ultimate freedom. Knowledge is ultimate freedom. Knowledge is very powerful. And in a sense, you know, when we talk about sins here, because, you know, in mythology, Prometheus gave humans fire. In, you know, I don't know which books it's in, but like stories of the archangels, you know, had their way with humans, right? And gave humans knowledge and all that. It was like a bad thing, right? But imagine being like the first set of humans to receive knowledge from the archangels. Like, could you imagine? Like, I couldn't imagine. You know how freeing that would be? Like, oh shit. Like, no way. I could do that. This does that, you know, like science and whatever, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, how freeing is that? New knowledge can be so freeing. only when it's the truth. When it's not deceptive. And like I said, everyone's truth is different. And the truth is what you make it to be. But we're talking about yourself here, when we're talking about, you know, we're just talking about you guys right now, right? And your truth. That's what matters right now. You gotta set yourself free. You gotta get yourself out of this imprisonment, out of your head, out of your feelings, out of your ego. Your ego is definitely casting a shadow. And your ego's probably like, nah. Like, let's stay here. Let's just focus on the material. Let's just sit around. Let's stay home. Let's avoid our problems. You know what I'm saying? Let's not go on this journey. That's what your ego is doing right now. And maybe that's something you're dealing with at this current time. It's like telling your ego to shut up. Because eventually you're going to be taken for a ride. Now, do you want to be the charioteer? You know, do you want to be the one that's in control? Or do you want to be the actual chariot and be the one that's like not in charge? You're just the, you know, the vehicle that takes people places. Like, do you want to be that vehicle or do you want to be the driver? Right? I know all the Aquariuses are like, I'm the driver. Same with Gemini. Like, I'm the driver here. I am not the vehicle. And poor Libra. Libra's like, oh, but I like being the vehicle. I don't like making decisions. But you have to, my friends. You have to. Because that ride, like, trust me, you want to GPS. You want to have a destination. So currently, whenever you come to this video, that should probably be your focus, is to, okay, set up a plan, because you need to make a plan here. And the Ace of Pentacles is saying, you know, we need to work on a plan, because this one's not working. This comfort, this, you know, this staying within your means, within your grounds, isn't really working here. So we need to come up with a plan, a destination. And you need to go on this journey. And this journey is going to be slow. It's going to take time. You're going to need a lot of planning, okay? That's just how it is. But with Pentacles, it's so solidifying. It's so real. So, like, don't worry about it, like, not working out, because whatever you do, it's going to work out. And at the same time, though, like I said, if you're the one that needs to own up to something here, or needs to make a major life decision here, you better make it for yourself. Don't let other people do it, because people are still gonna see it. They're still gonna see the results. Six of Wands is all about results and seeing the results, good or bad. And I feel like it can go either way. Now, I hope it goes good for you guys. And I feel that it will, because I like the Death card, because it's always good transformation. You know, and maybe that's my Scorpio again. Like, you know, you want to strip the layers. Life isn't about staying the same. Like, it's impossible to stay the same. And for some of you, maybe you're so used to staying the same, or things remaining the same, you know what I mean? Like, so it's hard to get out of that. It's hard to get out of that comfort zone. A lot of it has to do with what you have in your head, okay? A lot of it has to do with your self-doubts and worrying about what other people think. Because again, I feel like self-image is a big thing here this month. And you really shouldn't worry so much about that. Even if, okay, so what if it makes you look like a bad person? Like, for how long though? Like, people are gonna forget, okay? Like, I remember I'm not on Twitter anymore, but I remember when I was on Twitter and like there was a whole call out culture. I was there for the whole cancel culture shit and everyone calling each other out, especially in the astrology community. Like, oh my God, that was so disgusting to see people act that way, like calling out people and like being so relentless about it. And like, I mean, some people deserve to be called out, okay, but it's like, who are you to do that for them? Like, you're not, you know what I'm saying? Who says it? I forget what lyric it is, something about, you know, don't judge, like trying to judge somebody without a gavel. I don't know what song that's from, but you know, it's kind of like that, like who are you to judge? Like, you're not a judge, you're not a lawyer, and even if you are, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's, so that's kind of the thing too, like with that whole movement and that whole phase that happened on Twitter where everybody was calling each other out, especially in the astrology community. Like, do you want other people to call you out and make you look bad, or do you want to own up to your mistakes and say your apologies and admit that you were wrong? You know what I mean? Like, how, like if you witnessed that too, like how ugly was that? Like, that was so ugly. It was crazy. It was so crazy to witness. Like, you know what I mean? And then people were spending all this time defending themselves and explaining themselves, and it's like, oh God, like when you're explaining yourself, you've already lost, unfortunately, you know, unfortunately, because I feel like explaining yourself is so necessary, but like, and there's like nothing wrong with it, but like if you have to explain yourself, especially the people who are so adamant and so like focused on taking you down, like you're not gonna win that battle. You're just not with those people anyways. Like, you could say what you want to say, but they're gonna believe what they want to believe. And I think that's the other thing too here, you know, you're so concerned about your self-image, like people are gonna believe what they want to believe, and you know what, you're just gonna have to let them. You're just gonna have to let them, because the truth is the truth. And speaking your truth, whether or not they see it as truth, is far more important than whatever the heck they believe, right? So this is really interesting. This is a really interesting month. But I think it's good. It's good. It's gonna be difficult, you know, especially if you don't believe in yourself enough, if you're struggling to see your powers. And also, like, just know, like, you don't have to explain yourself. You only need to explain yourself to the people that matter. And if you do explain yourself to them and they still don't get it, well, your job's there is done. There's nothing more you could do, because there's just no point in convincing somebody of something that they can't see for themselves. Very simple. All right, so let's look at your oracle messages. So we'll start with Gemini. So what's Gemini's oracle message? And this is the elemental oracle. These are messages from the ancestors of Gaia, Earth, however you want to say it. I'm pretty sure it's Gaia. What messages do we have for Gemini? Let's take this one. All right, we got number 33. Oop, oop. Ice. And the word for this is purity. Okay, Gemini. Okay. Let's see. Master number 33. All right. Ice. The way forward is clear. See nature in its purity. Let it comfort you and strip away what is unnecessary. freeze out what does not benefit to you at this time. When you look at things clearly, there will be a purity to the solution. So I feel like that's very reminiscent of what I've been saying this whole time. And since we do have your guys' card in reverse here with the King of Swords, yeah, it's best that you guys probably should be the ones that are first to admit fault. If anything, you guys will probably have this activation quicker compared to the other two, Libra and Aquarius, but we'll find out. But if anything, like you guys, because you're here anyways, yeah, I feel that you guys have more responsibility in the whole message in this reading. You know, I think when it says freeze out what is not of benefit to you, I think that has a lot to do with outside influences and, you know, what other people think. Like, what other people think is not of benefit to you by any means. Now, it can be in some situations, some cases, of course, we all want a good image. We all want, you know, people to see us in a good light. But, you know, sometimes bad publicity is good publicity. And you guys are a Gemini, so, like, I'm sure you don't have a problem with that either. Sometimes you gotta play the bad guy. Sometimes you just gotta, you know, do the unconventional, I should say. Don't be the bad guy. I'm not trying to influence you guys to be any more than you already are. Now let's do Libra. Alright, Libra, what oracle message do we have for you guys? I do apologize for the quality of the video. I don't have like an autofocus on this camera, so it's only focused on one spot. Ooh. And so we'll figure it out as time goes on. Okay. So for Libra, we have number 1, the first card, which is North. Okay. The word on that is expansion. So Libra, you need to expand. Gemini needs to purify. And Libra needs to expand. So North. Be guided, but do your research. Focus and honesty is needed to overcome obstacles. You know your true north. So be brave about the next steps. We may have a number of purposes in life, not just a single one. It is time for true adventure. So for a Libra, you guys really need to be the charioteer and not the chariot this month. You guys really need to exactly do what it says and step out of your comfort zone. Whereas Gemini, like, you guys gotta be the first ones to admit fault. And Libra, like, it's not so much that you need to admit fault. I feel like you guys don't have a problem doing that. But I feel like whatever it is that you've been dealing with or whatever it is that you've been holding on to, like, it's time to act on it. It's time to let it go. It's time to expand and go beyond limitation and expectation. I feel like people are going to expect you to not say anything and to not do anything because they know how much of a peacemaker you are. And this oracle card is telling me that it's not the time for that. Especially with the Death card crowning all of this. It's not the time to be complacent. It's not the time to sit at home. It's time to really act on what we said we were going to do and what we said we believe in and what we said is our truth and, you know, all that good stuff. And, you know, naysayers are gonna naysay, you know, they're gonna hate us because they ain't us. So just let them talk. You walk your walk and let them talk. Okay, let's do Aquarius now. Hopefully before this battery dies. Aquarius. And I do apologize for the quality of the video. I am working this out. Like I said, this is my very first time. And I promise as time goes on, my layout will be cleaner, my quality will look better. You know, this is a DSL camera I'm using, so there's no excuse to why it's coming up really shitty, but it is. So I will say it's a very old camera, so it's pretty outdated. All right, Aquarius, what oracle message do we have for you this month? We only need one. Just one. Otherwise we'll be here all day. Oh, okay. Aquarius, you got pressure. I did fire signs before this, and Sagittarius got this card too. So if you're an Aquarius, maybe you have some Sag in your chart. Maybe you're dealing with a Sag. Either way, both of you guys are twinning right now and going through pressure. So the number is 26 and the word is transformation. Pressure. You can view pressure as being negative, or you can see it as being a shaper, director, or positive influence. Find a happy medium where you can benefit and not be disadvantaged. So I feel like, if anything, you guys are pretty good with dealing with pressure compared to the other two air signs, because you guys represent the unconventional. You guys represent the rebel, the rebellion. You know, you guys. I also see Aquarius representing the LGBTQ community. I hope I said that right. And all the things that like people see as like sinful, right? Things that people see as wrong, even though it's very freeing and freedom, and it's the truth, you know, it's acceptance. You guys, out of all the signs, like you guys are extremely accepting, I feel. Now, of course, it depends on other aspects, but if we're just talking about signs, Aquarius is the most accepting of other people. They know how to be themselves and let other people be themselves and be among other people without judgment, you know? I mean, well, we all judge in some way, shape, or form. I definitely try not to, because I know judgment is just a projection. So, and I don't like to project. And so Aquarius, you know, the pressure to remain authentic is very real. I understand. And I understand that sometimes, like, you don't want to be the one, but, you know, you guys are the best at being the one. You guys are the best at being the realist. I feel like this whole reading, too, I didn't really pick up on you guys too much. I feel like you guys, more than anything, are dealing with somebody else or a situation that's unjust or untruthful or unlawful or anything like that. I don't think it's so much you guys that have a problem. I think it's other people or other outside influence compared to like Libra and Gemini, where Gemini seems to be the actual one here causing, you know, mayhem. And Libra's the one, you know, that's learning to step out of their comfort zone. I feel like Aquarius, you guys just like, I think it's just the pressure of yeah, just you guys are constantly having to uphold this persona of, you know, you guys are just the most badass sign. Let's just say that. Like, I don't know what it is about you guys, but you guys are just so dope. Like, an Aquarius is like, it's Prometheus. It's the one that, it's you know, it's the symbol for Aquarius is a vase, or somebody pouring a vase, pouring the water, and the water represents the cosmic flow, the cosmic energies, cosmic truth and knowledge. And that's what you guys do. Like, you guys are born, like, Capricorn's born with so much wisdom and know-how, and like they just know everything, you know. They're old souls, And Aquarius, you guys are just like, you know, you guys give knowledge without having attachment to it. It's really interesting. Like, and it's one of the most detached signs, and it's probably the most detached signs out of all the air signs. And so I feel like you guys are really just having to struggle to really embrace that more than ever. Maybe it's going to be a lot harder for you this month, more challenging for you this month to really believe in that magic you've always believed in. And I feel because you're having to deal with other people that are being dishonest or whatever it is, right, that's come up in this reading. And so it's easy to want to like give up and go into this Four of Wands energy and all that. But even though I don't think you guys are going to either way, I think it's just going to be challenging dealing with other people. Let's just say that. And so the pressure here is to just keep up who you, like, just keep doing you, like, you know, like, no pressure. If anything, no pressure. I feel like that's the message. Like, there's no pressure. And that's what this card speaks of. It can speak about seeing it as a good or bad thing. And if you see pressure as not being pressure, then, you know, maybe it won't be as a, you know, I want to say the word forthcoming. I don't know what the heck, but I guess the situation won't be as forthcoming, whatever that means, right? I'm sure you guys know what that means. So anyways, I'm sure we all got the message here, and I'm gonna end the reading here. I hope you guys like it. Please leave a comment. Tell me what you guys think. I don't mind if you're honest. Just be nice. Don't be mean. Okay? But whatever. Do what you gotta do. Speak your truth. And that's what you should probably do. So that's something you guys can do, air signs. You can practice speaking your truth in the comments below. You could tell me that this video sucked all you want, and it's not gonna break my heart. Okay, maybe it will, but I would really appreciate it if you did speak some truth, whatever that truth is for you, because it's a good start, and you can practice on this video. So knock yourselves out. All right? Love you guys.